Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel Prakash Coaching Classes. Today we are going to continue the science chapter metals and non-metals. Today in this part we are going to study how metals are extracted from its ore. What are the steps from ore to pure metal? So the study of which involves various steps from extraction from ore to the pure metal is known as metallurgy. Now there are three steps which metal is extracted and enriched from its ore. The first step is enrichment of the ore or concentration of the ore. Second step is extraction of metals from the concentrated ore. Third is refining of the impure metals. So I will discuss we will discuss in detail about each step and what are the process involved. But as an introductory part, let me give you the details of each step. First is enrichment of the ore. In this step, basically from the ore we are extracting the metal and removing a little bit of impurities through various processes. Second, and extraction of the ore. In this process, we will remove further impurities which are associated with the ore, which are not purified by simple enrichment process. And this last step, refining of impure metals, means the metal which is obtained here is enriched, is purity is further increased. So let's discuss one by one this matter. Before moving on to the step-by-step process of extraction, let's discuss three important terms which are necessary to understand in the extraction of metals. First is minerals. What do you understand by the term minerals? Elementary state of compound in the form of which metal occur in the nature. In nature, what the state metal is present, it's known as its mineral. Second, gangue. Gangue is the part of the impurities which are attached to the mineral or to the metal. Third, ore. Ore is the mineral from which the metal can be extracted conveniently or economically. So ore is the final thing from which we can extract the pure metal. Now, after discussing these three terminologies, let's start with the discussion of the first step, which is concentration of the ore or enrichment of the ore. There are basically four processes which we can perform to concentrate the ore. Concentration of ore basically means to remove the impurities, basic impurities present in the ore. So first is gravity separation. In this, the effect of gravity is used and the heavy particles, heavy impurities are removed, are settled down towards the ground, and the ore can be further purified. Second is froth flotation process. In froth flotation process, basically froth is formed. Froth का मतलब होता है झाग. ओर के अंदर ऑयल मिक्स करके शेक किया जाता है, कंप्रेस्ड एयर पास करी जाती है, उससे एक फ्रॉथ बनता है और हैवी इम्प्योरिटीज सेटल डाउन हो जाती है. थर्ड इज इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक सेपरेशन. देयर इज़ अ कन्वेयर बेल्ट. एक कन्वेयर बेल्ट होता है, वो मैग्नेटिक, एक एंड मैग्नेटिक होता है. जो मैग्नेटिक इम्प्योरिटीज़ होती हैं वो उससे अटैच हो जाती हैं और जो ओर की, और बाकी इम्प्योरिटीज़ नीचे सेटल डाउन हो जाती है. फोर्थ इज केमिकल सेपरेशन. Chemical separation we can perform by using sodium hydroxide or by heating it. So with this also the impurities get filtered out and ore is purified. Second is extraction of metals from concentrated ore. Now in the first step we have removed the basic impurities. Now we need to remove the other impurities which cannot be removed by the enrichment of the ore process. So in order to do this, we have basically categorized the metals into three categories. First, the metals of low reactivity series, metal of middle reactivity series, and third will be metals of high reactivity series. So in the first, metals of low reactivity, we have the process of roasting. What is this process? Heating of the ore strongly in presence of excess of air. Now here the important term is in the presence of excess of air. Example, mercury sulfide react with oxygen. When we heat it to form mercuric oxide and sulfur dioxide gas is produced as a byproduct. Second, metals of middle of the reactivity series, we have first we will do roasting and then we will perform the process of calcination. Roasting, as you already know, calcination is the process by which heating of the ore strongly in absence of air. Now in this process it is we are not providing any air. Example, zinc sulfide plus oxygen, when we heat it in absence of air to form zinc oxide plus sulfur dioxide gas as a byproduct. Now next third process is smelting. Now smelting, what is smelting? Again we are going to heat it the metal oxide by heating with coke, carbon monoxide. When we heat zinc oxide with this, we extract zinc as a pure metal and carbon dioxide gas as a byproduct. Now thermite reaction, this is a very important reaction for the examination purpose. Reduction of aluminium oxide with aluminium by heating is thermite reaction. Reaction I have written Fe2O3 plus aluminium when ignited to obtain pure iron plus Al2O3. This reaction is basically used in the railway tracks where the cracks have appeared, and to fill the cracks we use this thermite reaction. As you can see, iron is obtained in the liquid state, and then when we cool it, it will become solid. Third, metals high up in the activity series, for the metals which are very reactive like sodium, potassium. So this is done by the process of electrolysis. In electrolysis we pass electricity through the compound, and the anode and cathode the compounds get separated into the respective ions, and therefore pure metals has been extracted from the anode and cathodes respectively. Third step, refining of impure metals. Now this is the last step. We have obtained a pure metal which is pure, but still we have to enrich its purity. We have to raise the purity. हमें purity बढ़ानी है. तो उसके लिए हम क्या करेंगे? Electrolytic refining process है उसके लिए. Here also we are going to pass the electricity to the metal, and the impurities will settle down and the purity will separate. Here at anode the reaction takes place. Metal ions and electrons is separated, and again this metal ions the electron gain, and at cathode we obtain a pure metal, and this purity is up to till 99%. What's the last topic? Corrosion. As we all know, corrosion is a very big problem in today's world. Millions of rupees are spent to prevent the corrosions. What is corrosion? The process of eating up of metals due to conversion into oxides, carbonates by the action of atmospheric gases and moisture. In other words, corrosion is basically understood by the process of rusting. Rusting is a type of corrosion which occurs on the metal iron. We see the bridges, we see our house, gates. It's affect daily yearly in the corrosion effect. So corrosion is a very big problem in today's world. However, there are some methods by which corrosion can be prevented, or rusting off can be prevented, especially in case of iron. I have taken 3 methods. There are many more methods by which rusting can be prevented. First is by painting. This is the most common way which is being used in order to prevent the corrosion. Basically, by painting the iron, we create a layer which avoids the direct contact of moisture with iron. Second is greasing and oiling. Again, the same method prevents the direct contact of atmospheric gases and moisture with the iron. Third is galvanization. Dipping of iron into the nickel solution and getting a layer of nickel around the iron. So thank you guys for watching this video. Do like, subscribe and share the video.